Hello and welcome back to the Master League. It's Crystal Palace, it's full manual, it's PES 2021. And, well, we're starting off with the opening game of the season against Manchester City, which is always good fun. They absolutely battered us towards the end of the season, but we've made signings. Ruud Gullit is very confident. We'll get onto that in a minute. Obviously, Ruud Gullit is us. We are the manager. Ow, I've just punched the table accidentally. But yeah, here we go. So, into it, and we've made changes. I mean, look at that above my head right now. Ruud Gullit, certain that the title is ours. The Premier League is going to get underway. The top Premier League transfer of the moment is that Amrabat has joined Leicester City from Fiorentina for £24 million. And yeah, we have a tough match in store. But there has been changes to the squad, so let's dive into them and have a little look, because straight away you'll see some new names in here. You guys recommended plenty of people. Loads of them were far too expensive of what we could actually afford, but we have bought in. Lafont is the first player really that we've bought in. Goalkeeper 23, he's a leader, right-footed, 193 centimetres, very tall. An offensive goalkeeper as well. Looks very good. We paid his release fee of 16 million, 20 something million. We can go through it in a minute, but he's got low punt, long throw and penalty saver as well, which is absolutely brilliant. All of his stats are above 85 where you need them. Goalkeeping awareness, catching, clearing, reflexes and reach. So a big step up on Guita in goal. Then we have a new striker extraordinaire, also recommended in the chat. Martinelli joins us, 21 years old. We got him on a free transfer after his Juventus contract had expired. So he moved from Arsenal to Juventus. Juventus let his contract expire, but speed 90, acceleration 86, finishing 78 is pretty good. Can't head the ball, so there will be minimal crosses going in. Kicking power is okay, stamina is good, balance is good. Balance seems to be pretty key. Injury resistance 1 is a little bit irritating, but he does have track back. Track back again, not something I really want on my striker, but we'll see how it works out. Gamesmanship, so he'll win free kicks and penalties. Outside curler, first time shot, heel trick, chip shot, heading and cut behind and turn. So in theory, he should be a very good signing. You can see the squad is still looking a bit thin. We have had some outs. That is it for the ins. We haven't been incredibly busy. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else really. No, because Brunetta's on the right. But yes, there are some people that have left, as you can see. Townsend being one of them. It caused a little bit of a stir in the comments in the last episode. So if we go to the, is it transfer market news, you can go through it. Yeah, so if we just go through here, we can see some of the big guns. So Saliba's joined at Real Madrid for 21 million. In fact, let's sort this by price. There we go. Coutinho moved from Barcelona to Paris, 59 million. Unai Simon moved to Atletico Madrid, 52 million. Ikone moved to Paris, 46 million. Sergio Roberto moved to Munich for 42 million. Mendy has moved to Spurs for 39.6. I'm sure some of you will be happy with that in the comments. Martinez, Ajax to Paris, 27 million. Amrabat, the one we saw, 24 million. Saliba, we've talked about. Otavio, 19 million. Andreas Pereira from Lazio to Barcelona for 19 million. Van Hudson has joined, whoever they are, sunning someone. That's a transfer I don't really give two tosses about. Carlos Elena, 11 million. Phil Bardsley, 10 million. Palimino, 10 million. And see, we haven't broken into any of these sorts of levels of transfer fees. We have definitely bought people for more money than that. Definitely. What is going on here? Where are our transfers? I want to know where's Crystal Palace's transfers. Can we look at our own, just ins and outs? Can we look at our ins and outs? That's a really weird situation. Oh, we got offered loads of international jobs. Turn them all down. The only one I'll probably do is England, I think. Who else are we trying to sell? It's going to take me ages. I'm getting distracted through that. We've sold Andros Townsend. We've sold the youngsters that weren't being played. Petkovic is still here, but we're trying to sell him. Max Meyer's still here. We're trying to sell him. We've got Maitland-Niles, our backup left back. We've got Dodo now as our backup right back. Danzo, I'm probably trying to sell and improve him at centre back. Piatov is our backup goalkeeper. Ribery is a backup winger. We need a right winger, pretty much. We need pretty much a right winger. The transfer window is still open. I'm not sure if we've got any bids on people at the moment. No, we don't. So, yeah, on the listed players then, I've gone through an adequate. I really wanted a St. Maximin. Don't think we're going to be able to get him. He doesn't really want to move to, excuse me, as I get the hiccups. Let's move me over to the other side of the screen. So, yeah, and then Rafinha. Then I was like, I could get Adama Traore. I quite like the idea of bringing in Adama Traore for his pace and his skills. He's really, really good in PES. He looks really, really good, but he didn't want to move, and then his release fee is £46 million for someone who's rated exactly the same with pretty similar skills, not as quick, but better finishing and better skills and better stamina. Rafinha's there for basically, well, half the price is in a release fee, and he's only worth £15,000, and he's a left-footed right wing forward, so it would help us with our sort of inverted wingers that we've been playing recently. So I think I might go for Rafinha. Whether he wants to move to us or not, he's not convinced about the role at the club, and they don't want to sell him. We've got 47 million left, so we could pay 21. If we paid his release fee, his wages are cheaper than Traore. We're going to give him. Let's chuck some money at him. We'll go with my patented pyramid approach of bonuses. So goal gets you some, win gets you the most, appearance a little bit less. We can cover the fees. That's okay. We'll just go for that. So we're going to chuck money at Leeds to take him, and then we're going to, but hopefully, chuck money at him to get him as well. Coop Miners I went for, didn't want to move to us. David I went for. I couldn't get a fee agreed. Again, his now signed the new contract for a 40 million release fee. I'm still very interested in Villa from Boca. Good speed, good acceleration. I know the True Brits has got him another Pro Evo player, and he's absolutely quality for the True Brits. So TTB. And yeah, he does look like he could be quite useful. Plays left wing forward, right wing forward, centre forward, right midfield. So very versatile, and would only cost £8 million. So let me know in the comments, do you think it's worth us getting him in for a bit of squad depth? Because that is what we need at the moment. Right, I've turned the in-game sound up because I watched it back previously and realised that there wasn't enough. You couldn't hear the sounds that I said the new mods had brought to the game. So I turned it up, and I've turned it up for this one. So hopefully they come through a little bit better as we go to the first game of the season. And there's Mr. Gullit talking to everybody to say they're a tough side. There's no reason to fear them. Supporters will give it all out there today. Let's go and do the same as the team are lined up and ready to go. Look at Gullit, he's getting this team up together. It's our first time appearing for the home crowd this season. Whatever you do, make this match worthy for the fans. And remember, make them play at our pace, not their own pace, because they would absolutely play us off the park if that happens. But there we go. The team look good. They look happy. They look prepared. We've got a lot of familiar faces, which means we won't lose a lot of the chemistry that we've built and the team spirit. Martinelli coming in up front. Little bit of a concern. I think we will have to change. Unfortunately, Shalov can't really go on the bench with the down red. Max Myers as well. Chamberlain is up for this one, so we could put him on somewhere, but it knocks down. It actually gives us a bit of a boost over Goncalo Guedes. I'm just wondering if we then move you out to be a right wing forward, we still don't get a boost. So we'll stick with Brunetta. Although Maitland-Niles, let's try Maitland-Niles out there. He's up for it. Danzo's up for it as well, so he can come in for Tapsoba. Our chemistry's mullered when we make those changes. Maya can go on the bench. Yeah, Eze is now the new club captain, so he steps up to the plate after being here he gets it on merit of being here the longest, pretty much, is why Eze gets it. We're going to be in our home kit. It's the first game of the season. We're going to be in our home kit. They can change. They can go into... Oh, they've only got a home kit in this pack, so... Okay, they can be in their home kit. Yeah, there's a big enough differential there to make that work. So... Here we go then. Anana, Stones, Laporte, Diaz. Well, we'll go through this in the intro. See you in a bit. So here we are then, Selhurst Park for the opening game of the Premier League season. Hopefully the noise levels are good. And look at this. It looks superb. Eze captaining the team. He's been with them he's been with Ruud Gullit since the start, really. And has been playing in that attacking midfield role very consistently throughout the 2 seasons of Ruud Gullit's reign. This going into the 3rd season And, well, for Crystal Palace hierarchy are going to be wanting European football at the minimum, probably. Europa League is their target, as there is the Man City team. Formidable as ever, Raheem Sterling and Aguero likely to partner each other up front. Gundogan was offered to Crystal Palace in the window. They turned down the chance to buy him, but there is the new look Palace team. Familiar faces, new faces, not a lot of transfers in for the Eagles, but plenty of players leaving. Lafont, new starter, comes in goal. A new signing, big money buy. Mbabu, Danzo, Ferrero, Zinchenko, Guendouzi, Camavinga and Eze. Maitland-Niles starts higher up the pitch. New striker, Martinelli, leads the line. And it's going to be a very interesting game against the 3-4-2-2 formation, which does see Sterling and Aguero up front together. De Bruyne and Gundogan in the middle, supported by Jordi Alba, Herrera and Ferran Torres. And then the back three with the goalkeeper Onana in goal. New signing as well. As we look at the players, there's Kevin De Bruyne. Let's get this game underway. Oxlade-Chamberlain was rumoured to be leaving Crystal Palace at some point in the summer, but the deal fell through, moving him to Wolves as part of an exchange for Adama Traore. And there are rumours that Crystal Palace are still in the mix for a a right wing forward-esque player to support the front three. Let's see if anything comes to light of that, as Maitland-Niles is on the ball. It's a rare opportunity that we see Maitland-Niles in a further forward position. He's been favoured in the right back and left back's position by Ruud Gullit normally, as that's a good header from Danzo, who's again rumoured to be one of the ones who could be on the chopping block for Crystal Palace, as that goes out wide and Maitland-Niles picks up. He's got Mbabu on the overlap, and Mbabu can't quite get past Laporte, but he's going to get another chance to keep this one back. And Mbabu overhits the pass, it goes out, and a goal kick to Crystal Palace. No, Man City, what am I on about? So Crystal Palace patiently keeping the ball. Obviously the favourites for this game are Man City, and they have strengthened in the summer as well. But Eze's got into a bit of space here, and he's actually out-accelerated Ruben Diaz, and Eze's in. Eze tries to dink Onana, and it's gone in. And Crystal Palace with a shock lead, and its new club captain, Ebrija Eze, who gets the goal, and he celebrates in front of the Crystal Palace fans. Zinchenko's there to lift him up, and what a cheeky little lob that was. A great run from midfield from Eze, and he is enjoying that moment of scoring his first goal as club captain. Guendouzi, a wonderful pass. Eze just lost his man and then had the pace to get away from Ruben Diaz. And then the little dink over Onana, who got a touch but couldn't keep it out. And Ebre Eze has given Crystal Palace a lead. And it was a very patient build-up from the Eagles. And Eze, loads of space to run into. It was one-on-one with Onana. The little dink, Onana couldn't get enough on it. 1-0 Crystal Palace. Aguero on the ball, looking for an immediate response from City. There's Sterling trying to curl one in. Looked like he had the new goalkeeper Lafont beaten, but it wasn't on target, and Sterling's effort goes past the post. It was good work out wide from Ferran Torres into Aguero, who had a neat turn. One touch and a shot from Sterling just past the post. Lafont was beaten, all ends up, but it remains 1-0 Palace. Zinchenko playing a nice 1-2 with Guendouzi there to get the ball back into the centre midfielder. Camavinga and Mbabu. Looks up towards Martinelli, the new signing. Maitland-Niles on the ball, just holds it up. Invites Mbabu forward. Mbabu tried to carry that back. His angles are all wrong, and didn't really want to put the cross in. Now they're not starting Petkovic up front. Crystal Palace are a slightly different animal. That's a terrible throw in there as Mbabu pounced, and it goes back from Martinelli to Eze. Good turn on the ball from Eze. Can't get away from Herrera though. Guendouzi picks the ball up. Back heel to Camavinga. Eze tried to flick it around the corner, but not much happening there. Sterling with a bit of time and space to bring it away. He's gone down easy, but the referee falls for it, and Guendouzi could be picking up the first yellow card of the season. Note just a talking to. The referee didn't think it was anything malicious, as Sterling here did well to turn away from Danzo, and Guendouzi just catches him a little bit late. Free kick to Palace. No, Man City. Why do I keep saying everything is going to Palace? It's not. Man City are in this game as well. Although not that you would think about it, because it is 1-0 to the home team of the Eagles, and there could be a chance to break here as Maitland-Niles holds this one up, and he's got Mbabu, who's got pace to burn. We know that. Infield, looking for Martinelli. First time on to Eze. Lovely touch from the captain, but couldn't get past Diaz that time. Tried to use a bit of trickery, but it didn't quite work. Aguero, lovely turn on the ball again. Sterling coming forward with it this time. This time Danzo shows his strength and does well, not once but twice, to win the ball back. The nippy Englishman, And Crystal Palace hold on. 20 minutes gone, 1-0 to the home team. Jordi Alba has got round Mbabu pretty easily there, but the speedy right back did well to get back in position and sort of hold the winger up. De Bruyne back to Jordi Alba. And this is where Man City are dangerous. Gundogan with a shot deflected, and Lafont holds on really well and actually does do well to hold that. And he's been brought in for his distribution, the goalkeeper, and that was very nearly a counter-attacking long goal kick, something that we haven't seen from Crystal Palace with Vincent Guaita in goal. As Sterling surely going to try and shoot Danzo. You can argue here he's playing for his place, Danzo, and he's started pretty damn well because he's got a couple of blocks in. He's marshalled Sterling well. He's lost one header, I think, so far in the game. That's a terrible pass from Mbabu there as De Bruyne recycles possession, and Crystal Palace need to just have their wits about them here. Man City aren't going to lay off them. They're going to bring the game to the Eagles. 1-0 down. Pep Guardiola's team are going to want to correct that as quickly as possible. Sterling back to Gundogan. Out to Ferran Torres. Tries to put a ball in. Aguero misses it. It's hit. It's hit Ferro and just gone in. He tried to turn away from it. And Ferro has scored one of the most ridiculous own goals I've ever seen in PES. I mean, that is nothing to do with me. I went to go and block the cross. Ferro was marking Aguero. Ferran Torres puts a ball in, and he's just... I think he's tried to head it, and he got it wrong. And he's just chested it past Lafont and into his own net, and the goalkeeper's not going to get a clean sheet on his debut. Ferran Torres bent it around Guendouzi. Aguero missed it. It took Ferro by surprise. And the stalwart, ever-present defender from last season has, scored an own goal. Something we didn't see at all last season from Crystal Palace. And in most bizarre fashion, it's now 1-1 here at Selhurst Park. Martinelli, good, clever, sensible ball out to Oxlade-Chamberlain up against Ferran Torres. Just sort of changes direction quickly in towards Maitland-Niles. He's never going to beat Laporte in the area. He definitely shouldn't be. And Mbabu has been drawn well out of position from right back to try and pressure that ball. Laporte holds on to it for City. We're seeing Martinelli being some good link play up there to start with as the ball goes up long towards Aguero. Ferro wins the header as you would expect in that battle. Eze on the ball now, just waiting for some support. Invites Mbabu forward into Camavinga. Camavinga lays that one off to Eze. Eze can go back to Camavinga, but Herrera just got back. And he did very well indeed. Camavinga looks up towards Eze. John Stones does win the header, but Eze shows great battling skill there. Gives it back to Zinchenko, obviously playing against his former club. Torres doesn't really put up much of a battle against him. Guendouzi was up the line. Goes back towards Chamberlain. Chamberlain holds it up. Zinchenko gives him an option. A clever little back heel, and Zinchenko gets his cross shot all wrong. That was me on full manual, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1, 5 minutes to go till half-time. De Bruyne on the edge of the area for Man City. Releases a shot, and Lafont gets something in the way of it to turn it around the post. He's happy with the save. He must have seen it late as it was Ferran Torres. Laid it back to De Bruyne on the edge of the box, and De Bruyne took a touch and little shimmy. Camavinga went out to meet him. It is a good save. It moved in the air, and Lafont stuck out a left arm and got a touch on it. And you have to argue Man City are a little bit lucky to be in this game at all at 1-1. After Sterling's there, it's off the line, and Guendouzi puts his foot through it to get it away. And wow, Sterling with a glorious effort to give Man City what would be a very undeserved lead, to be honest. Jordi Alba tries to put that one in. Ferro's misjudged it again, and Lafont's called into action once more as Mbabu is lost out to Sterling. It goes back in. Aguero over the bar. How is this going to be 1-1 at half-time? It might not be yet, but Aguero with the header. Good save from Lafont, that one. And Mbabu should have just cleared his lines. Took too long on it. Sterling pounced. And Aguero, the left-footed volley over the bar. Camavinga looks for Eze again, the goal scorer. Eze comes forward into Martinelli. Tries to get a shot. There's a good block on it from Ruben Diaz. And that's the first time Martinelli's been in the area with anger. But it's 1-1 here at half-time. The own goal, the strange own goal from Ferro, gives Man City a lifeline, but two fantastic saves from new signing Lafont in goal for Crystal Palace keeps this at level, as it's Crystal Palace's only shot on target is the goal at the moment. 1-1 at Selhurst Park. No changes for either team as the second half gets underway. Man City will be looking to keep that dominance that they showed towards the end of the first half, keeping going in this game. They are the favourites for it, and Crystal Palace will be hoping they can just get back to how they started the game. They were on top for the first few minutes. That's a good header from Maitland-Niles, tracking back well and tracking his man. And Babu can keep this one in. Goes back to Lafont. We get to see the new goalkeeper's footwork for the first time, and he pings out a nice pass to Zinchenko, nice and sensibly. Eze saw Gundogan come in and could turn away, but poor pass into Camavinga, who then gets back, puts a good interception in there. Camavinga gets it back from Guendouzi, invites De Bruyne in for the tackle, and then just passes it away from him. And Babu, Guendouzi, Zinchenko plays it up the line in between the two midfielders, but Oxlade-Chamberlain couldn't quite get there. And now Ferran Torres is a chance for Man City. Josh Stone, who was a singer in the early noughties, does not play for Man City. John Stones, on the other hand, does. Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. Raheem Sterling up the line. Danzo goes out to meet him. Aguero up against Ferro again, and then Babu volleys it away. Lovely ball, actually, to release Martinelli, who's now got Maitland-Niles up against Aymeric Laporte. Maitland-Niles drops a shoulder and just bundles Laporte out the way, and Maitland-Niles is still going. He's still there. He tried to cut it back towards Martinelli, but Kevin De Bruyne got back for a foot in the way, and Ferran Torres is going to try and launch Man City on a counter-attack down the other end. Guendouzi on the ball. He's got runners in front of him. One of them is Eze. Ruben Diaz will go to meet that, though. Maitland-Niles will try and pounce on the poor header, and he has. Maitland-Niles up against Laporte. There's nobody in the box. He fired in a low cross, and there was nobody there. And Crystal Palace they're playing very, very well, and I think it has helped. They've kept the core of the team is pretty similar to what it was last season, as Eze puts in a great challenge on De Bruyne. He's unlucky to lose out in the second battle. Jordi Alba up the line to Raheem Sterling, who's going to have the pace on Danzo, but he gets back, tackles well, and wins the goal kick as well. The Palace have given a good showing of themselves in this second half so far, as Guendouzi's battling away with Ferran Torres. Jordi Alba brings it down well. Good touch to get away from Camavinga. Babu goes out to meet him in towards Sterling, who has been causing some trouble for Danzo at centre-back today. Gundogan is tackled well by Guendouzi. It falls to Sterling. Good one-touch football from Man City. Jordi Alba dinks the ball in. Eze can't get there. Ferro has been caught out again, and he has had a nightmare at the back. Now, I thought Eze was going to get that ball, so I pressed clearance with Eze. He missed it. It went to Ferro, and that's where the AI is always going to be better than you, because you can't react quick enough in an instant like that, and Aguero just slots it away. He came in here. I thought Eze was going to get it. Torres controlled it. I wish there was an automatic clear function, because that should never be a goal, and this should never be 2-1 Man City. It's a nice cross, but I mean, Torres brought it down, took a touch. Just clear your lines, chaps. Clear your lines. 2-1 Man City. Alright, it's a dangerous free kick being given away. Aguero's actually taken that one quickly to De Bruyne, who gives it back to Aguero. Set himself up for a volley, and he's going to get on there again. And can you believe it? How has he got that in front of Zinchenko? That is ridiculous. Aguero took it quickly to De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Aguero, flicked himself up, and then Zinchenko. I'm in the way. I'm physically in the way of him, but he got there first. Left-footed finish. How are we 3-1 down in this game? I do not know. Double substitution then for Crystal Palace, as Guendouzi is replaced by Maya, and Brunetta comes on for new boy Martinelli, who's had a good game up front for a debut, but after 66 minutes and a bit of a lack of pre-season, he is brought off for a bit of a rest. He's going to have games where he's going to be much more effective in front of him this season, and I feel like Crystal Palace are just I feel so hard done by this result. No way should this be 3-1? No way. Danzo spreads the play. Ferran Torres did get there first, but the referee says that's just a fair collision. It'll be a throw into Crystal Palace, and Ruud Gullit will be... I think Man City probably have had the better of the chances in the whole game as a whole, but I just feel like Crystal Palace have been their sort of own worst enemies. Ferro at fault for 2 goals, and he is probably the best centre-back at the club, annoyingly. But Man City come on the attack again. Jordi Alba and Crystal Palace now starting to press the ball, knowing they're running out of time and they've got to go and win it back. And that gives space for Man City to open up and exploit. And you know Pep loves space to exploit. And it's going to be a Kevin De Bruyne corner that Crystal Palace have to face. And the number 17 for Man City throws that one in. It's going to fall to Gundogan on the edge. He gives it to Aguero, who is actually weirdly on a hat-trick. I'm pretty sure he's had 2 shots all game, and they've both gone in as Sterling's shot is blocked. It's going to deflect and spin out to Torres, who's caught late by Danzo. Yes, he is. Aguero over the ball. Surely they'll let Kevin De Bruyne hit this one. It's a wonderful area for a shot, and you feel it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne, not Gundogan, and De Bruyne is on it. Lafont moves early, guesses right, and makes a good save on that one. Bowls it out to Mbabu. Mbabu goes forward towards Camavinga, up towards Maitland-Niles, who just uses the flight of the path to get around Jordi Alba. Brunetta, who came on for Martinelli, is caught late. Free kick to Crystal Palace. 10 minutes to go. This would make it very interesting. Final substitution then for Crystal Palace is Mbabu off. Dodo on, Mbabu running up and down that right-hand side quite consistently today, and he's knackered himself out, but Eze stands over the free kick against Onana in goal for Man City. Can Eze have a dream debut as club captain? No, not quite. Onana with an easy save at the end. Not enough pace on the free kick, but it is another effort on target for Eze, who is impressing under Ruud Gullit and has done since day one, really. Brunetta can't get there first. Herrera wins it. Out to Jordi Alba. He looks long towards Sterling, who has got in behind, and we'll argue that Lafont had his angles brilliantly covered there, as was good play from Herrera. Lovely driven pass out to Jordi Alba. Lovely chipped ball down the line. It gave Sterling's pace on the end of it into the side netting. Still 3-1. So Dodo with his fresh legs comes on, up against Kevin De Bruyne. Not too many options. Goes back towards Camavinga. Max Meyer is on it. Straight on one more to Zinchenko. Back to Meyer. Out to Dodo. Back to Meyer again. Just trying to cause a bit of space, and Dodo could have found some here. Maitland-Niles. Can he put that in? Jordi Alba. Was that a hand? I don't think it was. It's going to go for a corner. 5 minutes remaining in the game, and they had a bit of a good track record from corners last season. Can Ferro potentially make up for his mistakes of the first half? He's moving around a lot in the box there. Ferro is there, flicks it on towards Brunetta, who went for the spectacular. Couldn't connect though, and that would have been a fantabulous goal. Fantabulous is what I just said there. Would have been a fantastic goal for Crystal Palace to score in front of their home fans against a team you've got to say are probably on as favourites for the league this year, Man City. They'll definitely be up there come the season's end. Eze puts a foot in for that one. Dodo will get there first, up towards Maitland-Niles, but Jordi Alba keeps it alive. Sterling up against Danzo. Good tackle. No, referee says too hard, too strong, foul. So into the final few minutes, and Ferran Torres plays one more into Aguero, who I'm sure would love a hat-trick. Sterling's gone for one there. Aguero may be getting his hat-trick here. He didn't shoot quick enough, and Dodo managed to get back and get a nice defensive header on the ball to stop Sterling scoring with an open net. Maitland-Niles just caught on it by De Bruyne. Maitland-Niles looks over the top towards Brunetta. That's going to go all the way through to Onana, who actually rushes his clearance a little bit, and Crystal Palace may get one last chance of an attack here as Zinchenko picks up this ball. Zinchenko into Max Meyer. Heavy touch, easy for Aguero. That will be the full-time whistle, and Crystal Palace's season will be starting with a 3-1 loss at home to Manchester City. Aguero with a brace. The own goal from Ferro gave them the impetus to get back into the game, and well, a pretty disaster show at the back for Ferro. 3 shots for Crystal Palace, 2 on target. Looking at the stats, you would argue Man City deserved it. Judging by the in-game play, I would say it should have been a draw. And PES really needs to sort out its ratings. How Lafont has got a 5.0 in that, I do not know. He's literally made 3 saves that kept us in the game. Ridiculous. So not the best of starts for us. A 3-1 loss. Fulham drew 2-2 with Everton at Goodison Park. Good result for them. Leeds 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Sheffield United losing 4-0 at home to Leicester. Embarrassing. West Ham 1, Southampton 1. Chelsea beat Villa 1-0. Newcastle drew with Wolves 1-1. Brighton Hove Albion 0, Tottenham 1. Liverpool smashed Arsenal on the first day of the season 4-0. And Bournemouth got a 1-1 draw with Man United. A good result there for the team on the South Coast. Liverpool top the table. We find ourselves down in 18th, but we're above Arsenal, so you know, every cloud has a silver lining, as they say, and we go into a bit more of the transfer window. So we get a nice little intro clip of the UEFA Player of the Year award. I think this one is. This is all due to the new mods, which is lovely, isn't it? Lovely. It's loading a cutscene, obviously. It's League Opener Chapter 2. Okay, what are you going to say? We didn't get off to the best of starts, but we can improve. Baldy McBallface. We're getting slaughtered by the press and the supporters after that disastrous opening match. We're playing Man City. Pipe down. Warm welcome for Lafont. There we go. Excellent. Thanks. Meyer, an unknown team have come in for Max Meyer. Interesting. Interesting. A bit spooky, if you will. Unfortunately, we probably need to keep him because we are a bit short of players, but it's 10 million. They agreed to pay over 10 million for Max Meyer. Done. He's got to go. He's got to be sold. 57 million in the bank. Let's go and bring in some... Let's go and bring in some reinforcements. Right, we've gone for Rafinha. We're paying his release fee, so that's all right. I think... I mean, we could try for some of these again. 20 million for Coop Miners in central midfield. Seems like a bit of a no-brainer to come in to replace Max Meyer. We could get Lee Kang in as well. 20 million. We could afford both of those for their release fees. Let's have a look. Let's see. Do I want to just pay his release fee? We'll go 7. There's still time in the transfer window. We'll go 17 million. We'll give you a bump up in weekly salary, definitely. And we'll give you the old pyramid scheme for bonuses. We'll try that. Let's see what they say. 17 million pounds for him, and Lee Kang In, who's already worth 14 million. His release fee is just under 21. We'll try 17 million for him. 2-year contract. We'll bump your wage up a little bit as well. You're already on quite a packet. Appearance fee, the old pyramid scheme. I don't know why I started doing this, but it just seemed to work with a couple of people that I bought. So I thought it was a really good idea to carry on doing it. Isaac would be a good one, but 35 million it's a lot of money when you can get someone like Bohr as well, who's, yeah, he's slightly older, but he's 80 rated. It's not too far away from Isaac, although Isaac's now an 86. He's gone up quite a lot. Let's sort this by overall rating. That's always the easiest way to do it. So we're going for Lee Kang In, Rafinha, and Coop Miners as well. Marlon would be a good one, but he's just moved to Chelsea, so we can't get him. David is probably someone I'd like to go for. Really want some Maximin for the right-hand side. It would be incredible. I think Villa for 8.2. I think we might be able to do a deal there. Let's see. We'll give him 6.7. We'll bump your wages up. I hope we can afford all these wages, to be honest. It's something that we might struggle with. We've only got 184 in there. I don't really want to sell other people to try and bring them in, but let's see what happens as we're going to get... Oh, a negotiation day straight away after. That's an interesting one. Could be Rafinha. As Darun joins Liverpool from Atalanta in Italy. Although it turns out not exactly what we wanted. We've reached an agreement. Rafinha's camp is asking for better terms, and Max Meyer has left. Now, Rafinha would definitely solve the right midfield problem. Definitely. They want 77,000. That is a hell of a lot. That's a hell of a lot of money. And we can't afford all of these. We can't afford all 3 of these unless we sell someone else. That's a lot of 77,000 a week. He's on 38 at the moment. We'll try and get him down to 61. He wants all of these to be improved. Well, we didn't offer him all of that. We'll take everything down by a little bit. I don't think he's going to go for it, but we'll have to wait and see. I think it's going to be a 1-game episode, just a game against Man City. And Messi wins the European Best Player Award. And is there any other news? There is some news. So, Coop Miners declined. He's a leader that AZ Outmar, so it'll have to be release fee. That'll have to be release fee. And that'll have to be release fee as well. So, that is irritating to the nth degree. Villa's versatility would be amazing. He's got a really big salary. Rafinha and Villa are very versatile, which is good. Cooper Miners really isn't. Lee Kang In is sort of, and he comes with star player, which would be brilliant. Creator's good as well. Creator level 2. Okay, we're going to have to just be patient, I think. I think deadline day is going to be absolutely huge, which we'll come back for in the next episode. I think will be the next game against Fulham, and then deadline day as well, because it's going to be pretty crucial. So Rafinha's declined our offer. He's declined our offer. He doesn't want to move to us for those wages. So 184,000 in salary budget. It's a bit to play with. The problem is none of these have been scouted, so we have to pay full whack and more. Gabriel Barbosa's still on there, but I don't really want a centre forward. Muliel, Gregoric, Gundogan is still there. There's no one really on that list I want at the moment. We need our scouts to be getting off their arse and doing some work. Right, we're going to go, I feel like... And again, Suzbazle would be a really useful one to bring in, but he's going to cost a bit of a bomb, yeah, because he's so young. Stengs could do a job, but again, it's 16 million market value, 24 million release, so... I just don't know. I feel like Koopmeiners at 20 million is a bit of a bargain. He's not the quickest, and he doesn't have good balance, which means he'll get pushed off the ball. And he can't finish, but he's defensive, so he would need heading. He's good at. He's not there to dribble. Low pass and lofted pass is decent. Jump isn't the best. Kicking power is not the best. Physical contact's all right. Ball winning 77, defensive awareness 77. He's okay. He's okay. That's really all you can say. He's probably not worth the 20 million release fee. I'd much rather chuck that release fee into Rafinha, who I think would do us some good tight possession, good speed, good acceleration. Finishing's a bit poor, but balance is good, stamina's good. He's a natural winger. His physical contact's pretty rubbish, but everything else is decent. But he's the person that just rejected our contract. This is the problem, isn't it? This is the bloody problem. Right, we're going to go Lee Kang in, and we're going to pay his release fee because it's 20.9, which we can do. 2-year contract, chuck a bit more money at you, give you the pyramid scheme, and hopefully everything is hunky-dory, done in attacking midfielder. That's what we need. We're probably not going to get any more done today because next up will be the game against Fulham in the Premier League. And then it is deadline day. Well, they do have a little bit of news here. Scout results. They found Cyprien. Not a name I recognise other than through PES. And he is a central midfielder. Oh, he's from Bournemouth, I think. He is from Bournemouth, yeah, France. 27. I mean, 83, box to box. Great free kick taker. We need a good free kick taker because at the moment it's Eze on 78 is our best. A decent all-rounder. Injury resistance 1 is really annoying. Conditioning 6 means he'll be up for it a lot. Ball winning's good. Aggression's good. Box to box, he'll get up and back. He's got a lot of player skills. I wonder how much. 13.21. I'm going to see if we can get him on the cheap. 9 million. They say is cheap. I'm going to go 8.6, see if we can lower a bit. A 3-year contract. He's positive about signing for us, so 41. And then we'll give you, if you score, you can get quite a bit. If we win, you can get quite a bit because that doesn't happen very often. Do we want to mess around with his salary? Yeah, we'll lower it to that. 41. Interesting. This is where scouting comes in really handy. It's a Gundogan we could pick up at 32. It's not the direction I want to take the club. Barbosa would be a good one. He really would be a good one to bring in. He can play all the way across the front three. Conditioning's incredible. Maybe Gabigol. Maybe I do have to try and bring Gabigol in. Maybe this is the way to go. We bring in what the scouts find. And see if we can... see if we can do it that way. Because they are finding some good players. It's just, I sort of look at them and think they don't really fit the team. Well, we're going to end it there. And we're back. The next episode will be straight away. I'm literally going to record it right now. So we'll be going through the Fulham game and deadline day in the next episode with some, hopefully, big deals going through for the club to give us that squad depth and the skill we need. As you can see, we've got a relatively easier run of games coming up now. So we've got Fulham in the next episode. Then it'll be Forest, Leicester, Southampton, Villa, and Wolves. And then we have a run of Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool. That's going to be killer. I think all of those are going to have to be like back-to-back episodes because they're all huge games. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Plenty of you are watching that aren't subscribed. So drop a subscription on there. It's free. It doesn't hurt you. And it gets me more coverage into YouTube, so which is always good fun. Leave a like. Leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one straight after this. You'll probably get it in a couple of days' time. Cheers.